Today I'm starting with Orly binder and using Superchic Lacquer, Wake Me Up. And I've topped it all off with Posh. And I'll be using this Covergirl, and it is called Sulfer Glaze. And another one called Seared Bronze. And the last one for this part is Rogue Red. And I'm going to be making a decal, a drag marble decal to kind of resemble turkey feathers. I'm just placing some of them down on my mat, kind of in a little bit of a curved line. Tried to do this on my nails and it just was a wreck, so we decided to go ahead and do a decal because I saw Miss Karen do it and it just made sense. So I've got my paint down and I'm going to drag a little needle through it, kind of give it that turkey feather look. And I do realize this video is a little late. It was recorded way before Thanksgiving, but I ran out of time to edit it. We're going to go ahead and make two of these because these are going to be my accent nails for both of my accent nails. And I will leave all of the products that I used for this mani down in the description box because it's quite the list. Having trouble hanging onto that little needle. But I'm going to let these dry so that I can put some super dry on them. Okay, they're dry, so I'm going to apply the super dry, and that just kind of helps hold the decal together for when I peel it up and start putting it on my nails. I'm being quite generous with it because I don't want to tear my decal. I love this super dry. I'm so glad Char turned us all on to it because it really does do good on the decal making. I like that it's thin and very pliable. So I'm going to try to peel this decal up, get it all started back here on the back. And there we go. Came up pretty good. I'm going to trim it down with my little scissors. Try to get some of that excess off of it. Gotta get that tape out, that extra paint out of my way with some tape because it just makes me crazy. Have a little trouble with it. I want to make sure it's pointing the right way and that it's going to fit. Looks like it's going to fit. Alright, so we're going to put a little glue down, which is our super dry. And I almost do a dry brush on this. I try to get as much of it off because I don't want I don't want my decal sliding around. I just want a real thin, tacky layer. And then I'm going to mush it down with my finger and try to make sure there's no air bubbles in it. Get it all smoothed out. Then I'm going to do a little bit more trimming. Sorry, I'm out of frame again. Look at that hollow. Oh. Alright, so now we're going to use some pure acetone. Pour some in my little damping dish. And break out my Coolpix cleanup brush. I really am happy that I saw Miss Karen making a decal because I had forgotten about decals and was trying to do this on my nails. The paint was just too thick and I was just struggling too much. I had repainted my nails, several of my nails several times, so I had given up and painted them something else and went to work, and I was talking to Karen on YouTube chat and saw hers and I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to top this off with some Posh so that it can dry before we move on to the next step. And it all nice and dry. And it looks pretty just like that. That would have been a fine Thanksgiving manicure. I'm going to make some little spots on my thing because I'm going to do some hand drawing and make some little turkeys. Let that dry, and I'm using this China glaze called Chocodisiac. It's a very pretty brown, and I'm normally not into brown polishes, but this one is perfect for the turkey body. I'm just using the dotting tool to try to draw out a body. Not the most artistic person, so this was kind of adventurous for me. And now I'm going to do his little head. And the head was a little easier because it was just a circle. You just kind of make it bigger than the dotting tool. But the body, they almost look like drumsticks, but I guess that's what I was going for. And I didn't want to make them too big because my nails aren't very big. I don't have a very wide nail bed. I'm going to go in, and that's dried. I'm going to go in and do another layer just to kind of make it more opaque. And I'm going to apply some super dry. And let that dry down. Now I've got my little, I don't know what that is, like a cuticle scraper, but I use it to peel up, to get my decals to peel up. Peel that little turkey body up. And I know the super dry, it looks kind of got a whitish look to it, but once you apply it to the nail, that, especially if you use a little super dry to kind of tack it down, that just disappears. It doesn't show up. All right, got one little turkey body ready. We're going back in with the super dry and use a little bit of that to tack this decal down to the nail. And I know it sounds like this would be very thick since we've got polish and then the drag marble decal and the turkey, but it really wasn't bad at all. And I'm patting him down to make sure he's all nice and secure. He just looks like a little blob right now, but he will start looking more like a turkey here in a minute. And I'm using this Cirque Colors Memento Mori. Of course, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. You guys will see here in just a second. I'm going to use the dotting tool, and I realize, no, we've got to start with the white. So, let's break out some Wet n Wild Mega Last, and this is whip topping. There were just so many steps to this manicure, it just, ugh. So, I'm going to put in some more white dots. I'm going to let them dry before I add the black dots. This is Sally Hansen Mellow Yellow, and I'm going to use this for his little nose. And I'm using a tiny little art brush, or nail art brush. I'm just kind of drawing in a little bit of a beak for him. This is more like a cartoon turkey, not like a real turkey, so anything goes. I guess he's kind of lucky he doesn't have a pink nose. And I'm using Cherry Red from Sally Hansen Extreme Wear for his little, I don't know what they call that, the gobbler thing. the extra little piece, his gobble gobble. I'm just kind of doing it down the side. It normally hangs out from kind of underneath, but I didn't know how to put it there, so we're just going to go with what I can do. And I'm going back in with this dotting tool. I'm going to use the little one to get these eyes and the eyeballs in here. I'm trying to be very careful. There we go. He looks like a turkey finally. And I'm going to let him dry down some before I put top coat on him. I'm using this Bundle Monster plate and this one pretty gold polish with these leaves. I just used this not too long ago in another video. We've got the Queen Stamper and the Bundle Monster Monocle Stamper out. And I'm going to be making decals on the stamper. And I'm just filling these little leaves in with the same polish as I used for the drag marble on the turkey. That's the Rouge Red from Covergirl. And I'm just kind of filling these in. Kind of wanted the other nails to match somewhat. So we're going to put some more Super Dry on this. And I'm going to let it dry to where it's just tacky. I'm not going to let them dry. I'm going to let them just be tacky. We'll line that up. There you go. Got another one. That one's not quite ready. Okay, now it's ready. That one's trying to peel up, so I have to push down harder. Get out my little scissors again. There we go. Got our fall leaves, and we're going to cover this all with Posh. I put those little leaves on all my other nails, even my thumb. Cap that in. Now that my turkey's dry, I don't have to worry about smearing him. I can top coat him too. There we go. Let me know what you think about this one. I really had a good time doing it. So, that's all I have today. Until next time, be good to yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.